I take the text tool, I think I can change the color. Let's try a blue here. There we go. Now I can see that on the scroll, you lost. But we certainly don't want to say you lost when you first start. So we're going to make a script here for you lost. And when the green flag is clicked, we're going to hide this. So under looks, there's a hide. So now when I hit the green flag, the you lost disappears. And we're going to need something that's going to be able to say that you've lost. So if the witch catches the pumpkin, great, then you win. But if the pumpkin gets all the way to the bottom of the screen here, then you're going to lose. So we have to hide the you lost when we start the green flag. So to check if you lost, we'll use another conditional, another if. And if that Y position, the bottom of that screen is negative 180. So if you get to negative 175, then the pumpkin's pretty far gone. So we'll do that. So we'll pull out another from control structures. We'll pull out another if. Put it after this first one. And we'll say if something is less than something, that's an operator, a green operator. There's these blanks less than blank. So if the Y position, that's under motion, your current Y position, so I can replace one of the blanks with the Y position, is less than negative 175. So that's what we're going to want to do. So if Y position is less than negative 175, then we have to have our pumpkin communicate with our you lost, and that's where broadcast and receive comes in handy. Broadcast is a way for one sprite to communicate with another sprite. So we'll have the pumpkin broadcast a message, and we'll have you lost listen for that message. And that's a control structure, broadcast. So we'll say broadcast, go to the down arrow and say new, and we'll just put lost, that you've lost. And then when you broadcast a message, somebody else has to receive it. And once we broadcast that you've lost, we want to stop the script from keep going. So we'll pull out the stop script so it doesn't keep going. We don't want to stop all scripts because we want the you lost to do something yet. So here we click on you lost sprite, and here we say when I receive that lost message, I want to go back to looks and show this. So now when I click on the green flag and try this, when the pumpkin comes down, the witch can catch it. And now if I don't catch it, I see the you lost come up. And we could also say once I've shown this message, I probably want to stop everything because you've lost, so I can pull out a stop all, which will stop all scripts that are being run currently in Scratch. So that's what I'll do. So notice that we have parallel execution going on here in Scratch, that two things are happening. When I receive the green flag, this you lost is hiding, this pumpkin is getting reset to this X and Y location, the score is being set back to 0. So this is parallel execution, two things happening at the same time. And that's an important concept in computing, especially as machines become massively multi-core. Oh, hello, Vera. So let me finish this up, and then we'll see if anybody has any questions. So you can also, it's also a good idea to have your students create project notes that explain how to play a game especially. So you might say use the left and right arrow keys to move the witch, try to catch the pumpkin. If you miss, you lose. Of course, you should always test your game. Click the green flag, you could change the speed of the pumpkin, make it move quicker in Y. So right now it drops by 1, which is pretty slow. We could make it drop a little faster, so we could change by -3. See how that goes. That's a lot faster pumpkin. Now it's a lot harder game to play. Now I will lose quicker because I can't get back in time. So now I've lost. You could also do things like speed up the game over time. Of course, you should encourage your students to share their projects with they have to create a login on the Scratch website, scratch.mit.edu, but that's free. They can also download other projects and see how they were created and modify them. So you could add other ideas for this game, is adding a sound when you lose, adding the ability to win if you reach a certain score. You could also add how much time it takes you to reach that score. You could speed the pumpkin up over time, so make that speed, how much it falls, be a variable that increases over time. You could add other sprites to catch, and you could add a sprite to avoid that would kill your witch, like a ghost perhaps. So that's just a simple game in Scratch. I like showing kids simple catching games rather than shooting games. Boys will very quickly figure out how to make this a shooting game, if that's what they want to do. So are there any other questions? So hi Vera, I saw that you had joined. I hope you saw the slides that I was working with. Well, it's going to be, it was recorded, so you'll be able to see the recording. I actually repeated it twice because Jacqueline came earlier. Oh, she's gone now, I see. But this is where I download the slides from that I walked through. So it'll be recorded and you can go back and look at the recording. I should have that posted in a couple of weeks at least. And you can follow along with the slides. So do you have any questions about anything in Scratch, Vera, that you wanted answered? So the materials that I was just putting the URL are here. So I had a Scratch animation rubric there. There's an Intro to Scratch short. There's a lesson plan for Scratch. And then this Simple Witch game is the one that I was just showing. And we're going to have, we have another Scratch webinar coming up October 20th, creating interactive art projects in Scratch. So that'll be an interesting one. That'll start at our more normal time at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and end at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can register there at that link. And then we're planning to do on October 27th using lists and strings in Scratch, which is one of the nice things about Scratch 1.4 is it has the ability to work with lists as well as strings. Strings are characters that you can use, so you can use this to create sort of Mad Libs or simple silly sentences and things like that. So unless you have any other questions for me, I'm going to stop now. And then just look for the recording. We'll put it up on the site, and then you'll be able to see what you missed and just walk through the slides. You can always let me know if you have any questions. Sure, what question? Is it about Scratch or something else? Because I can stop the recording. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop the recording.